Hey Kriti, so it's really good to have you back after such a long break. I only wish it was a little sooner so that we could have met and been dancing together rather than over digital platforms like this. But you tell me, how does it feel to be back dancing after so long? Has your have your injuries affected the way you dance in any way? How does it feel to be back?
It's been a tough 2 years because it takes some time to recover from injuries like that. But I think I was never really disconnected from dance because I've been coming for all the shows. I've been connected with Akka, I've been connected with you. And KKD never really goes. It's a family, it's there, it's always there, it's there for you. And you don't take it for granted because you know it's a gift, but you also know that it's home, so it's going to be there for you. And as for the online classes, dancing on my own may, have its ups and downs, but it's not a new tradition for us. KKD has been a mode of contact for dance for dancers at a time when Skype was just introduced. Because I remember being a child in the temple classes when didis who used to live abroad or who used to live in different cities, they would come to our dance class using Skype. And this was a new phenomena then, but we were using it back then. So that made the transition from the physical to the ether, I feel that much more seamless, the way that it is now. And the happy moments, the energy that we shared with each other, the laughs that we shared, how a very serious moment would just suddenly give way to a peal of laughter, with laughter ringing through every corner of the room, through every member of the class. Those moments are far more rare now, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist because they are there, and that's just made them all the more precious. So online classes, I feel they're just a gift, and KKD is the gift. Dance is the gift that keeps on giving. It keeps us sane. In the lockdown period when we're all just bundled up at home, KKD is the reason that all of us are staying sane, that we're staying happy and we're staying connected. And that's the most important thing.
So, like Akka said, we've both practically grown up together, right? Right from the temple classes, and we've been together for a considerable part of our school lives. Not so much college, but yes, school definitely we spent a lot of time together. And one thing I remember from those days that is that even in school you used to be really fascinated by writing, and you were constantly writing essays and poems, and every time we had a competition for essay writing or some idea that we wanted written out in a poem, you'd be the first to jump up for that. So tell us more about that, how you got into writing, what influences your writing. Are you still in touch with it? Tell us.
Yeah, writing is second nature to me. Mum writes, my grandmother writes poetry, so it's just something that I've always seen and I've always been encouraged to do. And it always helps when you have a lot of opinions because I've always been a bit of a loudmouth with them. So sharing those ideas and those thoughts with the world has just always come very naturally to me. And yes, you're right, I used to always constantly jump up to say, oh, I want to write, because that is something that I feel I was good at, and I wanted feedback and I wanted to share it, and I wanted to hold that skill, and it's something I do till now. The beauty of writing is that there are an endless number of possibilities that you could just do with those words, because the written word really has the power to change the entire world, and that's the whole point of it. That's what we seek to do, to share joy or to promote growth, to try to make the world we live in a better place for all of us. And that's all I try to do with my writing as well. Be it a poem, be it an essay, be it an article, be it a short story, be it a longer literary examination, an analysis, whatever it may be, is just an effort to constantly strive to be better at what we do, to be better at what we are. And that's what writing really is all about for me.
So now, that's really nice that you've been in in touch with your writing and that you're still continuing with it. Tell me about your college, since we got disconnected at that time, and it was also the time where you weren't with KKD, but you were continuing with Bharatnatyam. You had a very intense course going on, plus you were the president of the cultural society, and you brought in classical dance in a framework where now most of the dance groups are more focused towards Western styles or folk styles, but not so much actual classical dances. So, how did you get to that? How was it being the president of a society of a dance form that not everyone is quick to accept or practices? How was it leading such a group?
Yeah, I always knew I wanted to go to Delhi University, and I always knew I wanted to pursue English literature, and that's what I did. I went to Hansraj College, which has a tremendous English department. The faculty is so invested in us. Our principal was amazing. She was supportive in every endeavor we seeked. And yes, dance has always been an integral part of my life, and Hansraj gave me the perfect platform for it. I wasn't the president of the cultural society. I was the president and the founding member of the Indian Classical Dance Society. The name of the society is Kavyakriti, which incidentally came from one of the shows that Akka did for World Dance Day years ago. Kavyakriti means poetry in motion, and that is exactly the gift that dance is, that KKD has given to me. And that's what I chose to bring to my college society as well. It was a very conscious effort to remain the classical dance society and not delve into folk or Western, because this is a time when students are coming and experiencing freedom for the first time, and they're looking for ways to express themselves and to experiment themselves and become who they're going to be for the rest of their lives. But classical dance is something that keeps us rooted, and this is where we came from. And this Kavyakriti, just like KKD, it allowed students to to just connect with that inner power, that inner source of light and happiness. And that's what we intended to do when we founded it. And that's exactly what Akka has done with generations of students. And that's why it was just the Classical Dance Society, because it meant to be the place that supports these dances that are somewhere or the other disappearing behind more fancy or more flashy kinds of art forms. So, yes.
That's amazing, yeah. While we're on the topic, if I remember correctly, you were one of the first to start working amongst our group. And though age-wise that doesn't make sense, I remember you saying that you self-funded your college, you were working while you were doing your undergrad. It's a very inspirational story, and I don't think enough people know about it. So why don't you tell us about that? How was it juggling between being the president of your dance society and managing your academics and managing a professional life alongside all of this? What were you working as? What was the pressure like? Tell us more about that, please.
Yes, in college, my parents have always encouraged me to be financially independent. And that's where we have this very strong sense of saving and spending. The money that I got during my undergraduation was by doing a crazy number of internships, because I was constantly working somewhere or the other. I was either working at AIR, where my mother is an RJ, and she kind of pushed me into doing that as well. Otherwise, I worked with Katha as a translator. I worked at the Center for Equity Studies as a translator. I also worked at the Delhi University Community Radio Center as an RJ and as a writer. So, I just kind of did a lot of internships, and that's where I got a lot of the money from, which is usually something that I always spent towards purchasing the college books or other books because I've always wanted to own books rather than to borrow them because they're so personal for us. The reading them, the going back after years, the marking the important passages, seeing your growth, tracing the growth from page to page because they just hold our entire lives between those leaves of pages. And that's how I kind of just try to help my parents and try to propel my education a little further. But the internships started sometime in my second year because I felt like my first year I got so much into the whole DU part of the life that I really forgot to be serious about my own profession, and the reason that I started inching towards literature as a profession. So my second year and my third year were just a crazy mix of running from classes to practice to internships. But honestly, it was one of those times when I felt the most alive because that's when I was constantly challenging myself to do better in every which way that I could.
Now we all know that you really love dancing in general, right? But like I said, we felt we lost you somewhere when you had that gap with KKD, I think between school to college. So in that gap, what was your experience? And more than that, what brought you back to us? What drew you back to Kinkini Dhwani? How did you come out of that break and say that, I want to go back here?
The break started right after my 12th, the boards wala time, and it was meant to be a very short break, but it turned out to be a slightly longer sabbatical. I never intended to become what it did, but yes, like you said, I've always been connected with dance, and dance never really left. The reason I came back to KKD is not for the dance, because unlike what a lot of people might believe, in Kinkini Dhwani, dance is not the thing that connects all of us. It's Akka. It's the dedication to each other. It's the love that we have for each other. She's the one, she's that pull of gravitation that we feel anytime we go back, come to Noida, come wherever in fact. No matter what part, what corner of the world we may be in, KKD will always be home, and Akka is the reason. Because I can find dance in so many places. There are God knows how many institutes out there teaching classical dance, teaching Bharatnatyam, teaching Kalakshetra style Bharatnatyam. But there's no other Akka. I mean, Swagata Akka for us, for me, has been a second mother. My mother's a wonderful person. But there are certain qualities that Akka has that my mother doesn't have, just like my mother has certain qualities that Akka doesn't have. And the reason that I am my own whole self is because I've been surrounded by this immensely talented bunch of women, which has made me such an outspoken feminist in my speaking, in my writing, in my dancing, in my being. And Kinkini Dhwani provides us that platform where women of all shapes, all sizes, all colors, from all races, from all backgrounds have one shared stage where they can be themselves, where they can express themselves, and there is no judgment there. We aren't people who match in real life. We aren't people who just meet on the street and become friends. But under KKD, we are family. And that is the reason I came back to Kinkini Dhwani, because there's no other place that can say, yes, this is what we do, because this is what Kinkini Dhwani does. Nobody else does what Kinkini Dhwani does.
That's really sweet, yeah. So, tell us, last question, promise. Are you now permanently married to dance, or are you still swiping left, swiping right and testing out the waters?
I've always been married to dance. There's no life without dancing, and I think that's true for all of us at Kinkini Dhwani. We don't know a life without the ability to express ourselves, because there are times when I'd be humming under my breath and it wouldn't be a Bollywood song or a Hollywood song or anything else that anybody else has made. It would probably be a Shabdam or a Padam or a Varnam. It's most definitely a Varnam. And the reason is because there is no life without it. I've been dancing since I was 5 years old, and I don't remember a time when I wasn't dancing. As for KKD, like I said, it's home. There's a gravitational pull which will always propel you a little bit closer to home. There's no other way. There are times when we might venture off for a while, but KKD is that anchor which will keep you grounded, which will keep you rooted. and it wouldn't let you stray too far away. So yes, dancing is the only way I know. KKD is the only place where I can. And I can and I will. And that's all there is.
Wow. Despite the fact that we've known each other for so long, all four of us, in fact, Kriti and Avait have practically grown up together for a while. This was so much fun, getting to know you. And as we said, stick around, you're going to get to know a lot of us a lot better in the coming weeks.